Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode of Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzie, and I'm your host for today's show. A very impromptu show. As you can see, it's very late in the UK. It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm sure everyone has seen the breaking news regarding Jude Bellingham. So I thought it's only right that I give my 2 cents and share my thoughts about the news. If you haven't seen it, let me share screen with you guys. And this is the respected Fabrizio Romano. He's basically saying Liverpool have called their interest in Jude Bellingham, as reported by the UK media. No bid, as Liverpool will no longer work on this deal at current conditions. Package worth more than 130 million, now considered too expensive. Liverpool will sign 2 to 3 midfielders in any case. Now, initial thoughts is what the hell? Because every football fan knows that Jude Bellingham was always going to cost at least 100 million. Or I wouldn't say 100 million, I would say 120 million plus in terms of the whole package deal. It's not breaking news in terms of the transfer value. So very, very surprised that, what should I say, FSG's naivety to think that they can just go to Dortmund and place a bid of, let's say, 80 million, which was actually rumoured earlier on today that we made a bid of 84 million, which was, ridiculous. I don't think there was any bid made, just to put that on record. So, yeah, very, very disappointed. Annoyed, obviously, because we've been chasing the player for 2 years. But am I honestly surprised? No. I know I've made comments in my previous episodes where I feel like there was always like a slim hope that maybe we're in for him. But I never really thought we were, due to the financial package involved. I've said it in one of my previous reels that I've created on Instagram, where I'm not sure if the Liverpool fans remember, in January there was breaking news or strong speculation that we are looking to have a deal in place for Matheus Nunes in the summer. And everyone's like, why are we making a deal for a player in the summer? Not now, because we needed a midfielder at the time. But I clearly said that, look, I feel like we've accepted our fate, that Bellingham is no longer a target anymore. So we are looking at alternative options. So I think that's exactly what's happened. So, yeah, frustrating. But then you have to look at FSG. Why have they given the fans false promises, and also Klopp? Because Klopp has said some sort of comments in press conferences to insinuate that maybe we are sort of looking into certain players, but I don't think we were, to be fair. So we have to look at Klopp in terms of maybe he shouldn't really put all his eggs on one basket for one particular player, which we have done in the past notoriously. So it goes with Alisson. Klopp only wanted Alisson as the keeper. Same with Van Dijk. He only wanted Van Dijk. Thiago was one as well. And then last year it was Tchouaméni, but Tchouaméni chose to go to Real Madrid. And then now it's Bellingham, and then in this 2-year pursuit, it hasn't happened. So, yeah, very, very frustrating. Obviously, it doesn't help with all of these. I don't think it's deliberate, I don't know. But all of this sort of social media stuff where you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold taking Bellingham out to a Chris Brown concert. You've got Henderson and Bellingham celebrating goals together or in training, and then you've got Gerrard, speaking highly of him in post-match interviews and stuff. Obviously, these aren't deliberately done, but I feel like it's strung a lot of Liverpool fans to think that maybe there's something into it. But look, there's still some Liverpool fans, and look, I'll give you props for staying positive, because I've seen a lot of comments on social saying that this is a PR move, and maybe there is a chance of us sort of negotiating a deal with them. When I say them, I say Dortmund, because maybe they're trying to lower the fee. It's happened in the past, notoriously. So it's happened with Allison, where we've pretty much said we don't have any more interest, and then Roma actually reduced the transfer fee, and then same with Thiago, and we got Thiago for like 20 million, which was a bargain. So for me, it sounds too good to be true. I don't personally believe it. I think we're out of the race now. Why do I feel like the news is broken today or around this time of the season? Is because, quite frankly, there is no hope of getting Champions League football, in my opinion. The club have probably accepted that fate. That is too far of a challenge to even try and get top four. And I feel like the club have known this for a few months in terms of acquiring a player like Bellingham. We don't really sign players for that kind of fee. And if we do, like, I think Nunes was around 60 odd million. He was a project player. Obviously, his salary is not going to be, astronomical as Bellingham. I think Bellingham wants 300k a week. We just about gave Mo Salah that last season. So not every new signing is going to get that kind of wage bracket. So yeah, it's disappointing. I can't lie. I don't know. It's a strange one. I think the fan base really were expecting it. I think there was a lot of reports saying, we're close, and but we'll see. We live in hope, I guess, but we have to ask the question as well. We're all talking about pointing a finger at FSG and maybe saying Klopp as well. But have we taken into consideration that maybe we did approach Bellingham and he seemed interested at first, but has come to the conclusion that maybe we're not the right club for him at this stage? Could he have rejected us? You can't rule it out. I'm not saying there is anything to suggest that, but who knows? It is a possibility. So just some food for thought there. I've also seen rumors today circling about potential investment from a Singapore consortium. I believe they're willing to invest 1.3 billion into the club to have around 30% shareholder of the club. I don't believe it. Yeah, obviously it sounds too good to be true. I think they're valued at 700 billion as well. So yeah, that's kind of like fairy tale stuff for Liverpool. We've never been truly blessed with owners with that kind of wealth or financial power. So it is in that regards. People are saying that we can possibly spend that Bellingham money on free players, but guys, I don't think there is actually Bellingham money, to say the least. I think, I hate to say this, I have a feeling that we may revert back to our old policy of sell to buy. Yes, we haven't done it in the last few seasons, and it's not the way we've conducted business because we've not really had a player of high value to sell in order to regain any money back to the club. But I feel like because there's so many players that have underperformed, it might be a time to sell some players and also consider the fact that we may not have European football. We might qualify for Europa, who knows? So we might not need as big of a squad as we have in previous years. So some players might go out on loan. Some players might be sold due to not being good enough anymore. But I don't know. That's just I'm trying to lower the expectations for the summer because at the minute I don't have very high expectations. And I feel like the way this ownership is run, a sell to buy could happen again, unfortunately. If we do investment, obviously it's another story, but that would be another discussion for another day, I guess. But in all honesty, the club is in complete shambles right now. We've got a director of football who's leaving. Uh, no replacement has been announced or in place that we know of. The transfer committee is non-existent. Uh, Klopp and Pep have a lot more power apparently in terms of who they'd like to sign to the club. Um, and at this stage, we don't even have a medical team or a team doctor or like a main doctor at the club. So yeah, it's not looking good. Up and down the club, I think we're in the mud. But let me not end in a negative. Let's end in a positive. And I have a question for you guys as well. So let's say there was money saved for us in terms of 150 million to spend on three midfielders. Who would you guys sign? Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. If I was to choose, my choice would probably be. I think we needed a number 6. So I'd go for someone like Ogate. Um, I think a ball carrying type of midfielder. I don't think he's anyone's favorite choice, but maybe Mason Mount. Obviously, ticks that homegrown quota as well. Can play different positions, so I feel like he might be a good option. At 40 million, though, I wouldn't pay more than that. And the third midfielder, I'd go for someone like Thuram. 6'4", great on the ball, really powerful in his stride, ball carrier as well, scores goals. I think he'll be a different type of midfielder that we currently have in our squad. Can play in a double pivot as well. So if we change tactics, he's equipped to play in different positions. So yeah, I feel like I change my midfielders every week, but I feel like these are the type of profile of midfielders that we need at the club. So, but Liverpool fans, it's not all doom and gloom. At this stage, let's be honest, no one knows what's going on at the club. It's still April. I would say let the season conclude. Let's see it. Let's see where we are at the end of the season. Um, I wouldn't say the picture will be clearer, but it will be a bit more clear than it is right now. But yes, it is what it is, guys. So thank you for tuning in. If you're watching live, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I do have another show later on today where I will be discussing Trent's long-term position in the team. So make sure to tune in at 10 p.m. tonight, UK time. So until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you all very soon. Goodbye.